Hi, this is Jeffrey Malone with Bubbleblabber.com. I'm here at the New York TV Festival, and I'm about to go in and interview Phil Matarese and Mike Luciano, the co-creators of HBO's Animals.
Phil, what's up, man? Oh, hey, dude, check this out. You know what? I was actually thinking about how you're saying I was always good at making stuff. Right. So what I did is this is actually a renewable energy conduit. And what it does is it actually takes...
Mike, I need you to forget about that. I need something new, dude. I need something bigger, because right now, pants are just not doing it anymore.
Okay, well, bigger, like what? You can't put pants over your entire body.
That's it, dude! A whole suit of pants. Pantsuit. By Phil. I mean, by Mike. It's made by
Phil?
Mike. No, it's made by Mike.
What was that last
I didn't say anything. What was the last? You're the dude, the genius. You're a genius, Mike, and I've never been cool and smart my whole life.
Got it. Okay, I'll make it, okay? I'll make the pantsuit.
Thank you.
This is the last time, though, dude,
Thank you so much, dude. I honestly, I owe you my life.
All right.
Yeah, I'll get you.
It's fine, thank you.
What are you doing? Get to it. Make it.
Well, I have to clean all this up.
No, you should probably start working on the pantsuit first. Don't worry about this stuff.
Come on.
What? It's broken already. It's junk. It means nothing.
Hi, my name's Phil Matarese.
Hi, and I'm Mike Luciano.
Together, we're Philip Matarese and
Mike Luciano, co-creators of the television show
Animals. Alright, so I believe you guys are veterans of the New York TV Festival, so why don't you tell us about your experience? We were in 2013, right? We were in the 2013 festival. This was after Mike and I had been making our Animal series as a web series for probably a year up until that point. Just 4 little shorts we put out online, and then this video series we were screening it in had a month off, so we figured let's stitch 3 of these things together and make a little short. So we did that. Then we had this 12-minute, really nice, cool pilot that just me and Mike made with our friend Megan O'Neill as the other voicing a pigeon in that, and our friend Dan Arnaz mixed it. But other than that, it was just me and Mike doing everything, editing, drawing, all that sort of stuff. And we submitted it some places, but not really that many places. But this was one of them, New York Television Festival, because, you know, we lived in New York and it was sort of an independently made TV thing, although I don't think at that point we ever thought of it really as a TV show. It was like a dream beyond dreams, really. But so we had this thing, we submitted it, we got in, which was so awesome. And then we came here and we won Best Comedy. And while we were here, you know, they have these great little round tables where you can meet with industry people, and we met with agents and managers of all different sorts, different production people, and that's how we got representation and all that sort of stuff that seemed super unachievable just like a week before the festival even. We would be in my apartment and we just have no idea what they do and how you get them or why you need them. But it turns out they do not so much, but you do need them, and they take your money. So you know, get them. You need them because it's just the barrier of entry for this stupid shit. No, but we're having a good time. It's great. Right. So after you were at the New York TV Festival for the first time, how did you ended up making your way to HBO?
The short story is that we, once we got everything from the New York Television Festival, they hooked us up.
Winning Best Comedy there.
Winning Best Comedy there in 2013. We got hooked up with the Duplass brothers, who sort of pitched us this idea that instead of taking our little 12-minute pilot that we made for here and going around trying to immediately get a series for a show, they could help us get funding to just make the entire series like we did, our shorts and this 12-minute pilot, and just make the whole series ourselves with complete creative freedom and just do it the way we wanted to do it and figure it out. And we opted for that, so we moved to LA and did that for a year in an apartment. And then the first 2 episodes...
Oh my god, the fans are clamoring to get in here. They know the Animals boys are doing an interview and they're just busting the door down. Sorry, ladies. My girlfriend's here. Okay, she left.
So we...
or else I'd be in trouble.
We screened the first 2 episodes at Sundance. They were interested in it, so we screened it there, and we met with a bunch of different networks, and HBO was always the one that was our highest hope, and they dug it and got the show, and we did. They picked us up for 2 seasons.
It was weird. We kind of did a Generals thing twice, like with our little 12-minute thing off of New York Television Festival, then like a much bigger one once we had Mark with us and everything. So it's kind of like this weird cyclical thing we've been going through with this project. But you know, when we partnered with Mark, sort of touch upon this, we were working in an ad agency together in New York, and like took our Skype call in the supply closet of that ad agency. So it was like a really big and cool jump, and really our first foray into that world.
We got to quit our jobs, which is fun.
Yeah, that was real fun. Advertising sucks. Cartoons rule.
All right, so take us back to the conception of Animals. Was there a moment where you saw some furry critter was acting rather human-like? Was it a pizza rat or something like that?
Yes and no. The initial idea for the web series version, Mike and I were at work at our ad agency we worked at. There was 2 pigeons out on the ledge. We started riffing as them because we didn't want to do work, and it's funny to just fuck around. And I was looking at, interested in doing some animation. I got programs on my computer. I was figuring it all out. I said, hey, let's record this. I'll put some images against it, see what happens. That was the original version. But for what has come on TV now, those web series are definitely the DNA of it. A lot of it is 2 animals talking sounding a lot like humans. So it's very naturalistic, almost very improvised. But getting to the formula that's our TV show took a bit of time, and it's just figuring out how it can be episodic and how it can feel worthy of being a TV show. That was a big thing too. There's all sorts of ways you can skin the talking animals game, you know. We just wanted to come at it from something completely different, and I think we achieved that. So where did we land? We wanted the sketch mentality. We wanted the small chunk mentality of it. So we figured, okay, let's throw in sketches, you know. But we wanted to tell big stories because it's a 30-minute episode, and that feels warranted to do that. So we figured we'd have an A story. You know, like Mr. Show did that sort of stuff. I guess Portlandia sort of does that. It's been before. And we also wanted a season-long arc, so we peppered in the top layer of a human story, a non-speaking human storyline that carries you throughout the season and keeps the whole thing going. We have recurring characters. We have characters that don't. Sometimes I die. Sometimes Mike dies. It's a whole hodgepodge. It seems like a lot. Sometimes there's music videos. Sometimes the people talk. It's weird. It is organized though. We have rules, you know.
And we like the basic.
I lost myself there.
We like the basic tenet that we stumbled onto, that each episode would be a new animal main storyline. Right. So it'd be Phil and Mike for each episode, but in one we're rats in college, and you know Phil's kind of like a. I was gonna say the F word, but can I say the F word?
Sure. Which one?
Oh, there's so many.
All of them.
Phil's like the fuck up rat.
Oh, fuck up. Jesus, I thought you were going to say the real bad one that gets you written up. Just don't use any of this. Do me a favor. Just skip over this.
I'm not good. Let me take it back.
I said fuck like 3 times. He doesn't listen when I talk. That's what it. No, that's what it is. That's what it is.
You got it. I'm confident you have it. All right. So each time we're in one we're rats and we're in college, and another we're pigeons in our 30s, and one we're cats where we're brothers. Like we got to play in these different dynamics for each episode, but still be Phil and Mike every episode. Yeah. And that felt like a new thing.
Yeah. The idea of people not getting sick of us. So we get to try on these new outfits of we're 2 really affectionate brother cats versus we're 2 overly combative rats who are trying to get laid mostly. But yeah, that was kind of our first. When we first came out to LA, there was about 6 months of really breaking that and writing the first season and figuring out what it could be. And that's what the Duplass guys are really great at too. They're great at story and really just like envisioning a series or a movie or just any sort of piece that can kind of sand the edges a little bit more. They helped us when they needed to, but what they're best at is finding people who are great at something and really ushering them to fulfill what they can do, you know. So for us, it was our little cartoon, and for other projects, it's mostly indie films and that sort of stuff, right?
And I think they liked the fact that it was like these really silly setups and ideas, but within that would be these really realistic conversations, or because it's all improvised off an outline. So,
and that's kind of how they do their movies too. So
right.
They know how to, draw tension and make sure it can work. In a sense.
So how closely do the Animal, Phil, and Mike characters, their relationships, mirror your own?
You know what? I think the Phil and Mike Animal relationships, it's tough because it would be really easy for us to just be our natural selves in each one, but then there's literally no difference between those characters than what they're drawn as. You know what I mean? It's just a different vehicle for the same engine.
What was your question?
Like how are all the Phil and Mike's related throughout the season?
And how are they related to you?
Yes.
I see.
I think more so this season we've kind of given ourselves a little bit more structured roles. I'll say one episode Mike is a pretty religious priest, and I'm a dad who's dealing with a trauma. So, he can't really be his truest self because he's not a religious priest, and I'm not a dad whose kid died.
God save your soul, because that's... I'm sorry about that.
God save rock and roll.
God save rock and roll.
We've tried to hone in a little bit more on some of those things, but for the most part, we just like to have fun, man. We just like to be ourselves, And you guys listening at home, that's what you gotta do. You just gotta be you, dude. But I think I don't know. I think inherently the Phil characters are maybe. I don't know. Can you define the? How about you define the Phil characters? I'll define the Mike characters. Mike's, you're kind of falling in love a lot. I'm just thinking of like the squirrels episode and the rats episode.
But the Phils are too.
That's true. Mine are more like horny for love, and yours are more like writing songs for girls in love.
Well, I think Phil gets in the basic tenets are probably the Phil characters are more like this, just in the rats and the pigeons are more fly by the seat of his pants, sometimes more
That's
like...
true, you're a dad pigeon.
Cartman, and more kind of the id sometimes, and are probably like a little like more stupid than you actually are.
Right.
Is the way it flows, and I'm like the more balanced character, but
right. You do take steroids in episode 2.
That doesn't really apply. That's just the basics, but like especially in our second season, we kind of flipped that a fair amount.
Yeah, we flipped it a lot, and you're a pretty dumb cat for 2 episodes.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But it's mostly I think if we came at it, there's so much we're thinking about when we're writing the episode of the sketch and the characters and just it lasting 30 minutes and feeling warranted. If we started thinking about, but that's not really a Phil character sort of quality, it's just gonna fucking muddy up the whole thing, and then it's all gonna go out the window. So we just kind of
it's episode by episode.
Yeah, it's more episode by episode.
What's best for the given episode.
That's cool. I've never thought about that.
All right, let's talk about the animation style. I believe it's you're working with Starburns Industry. What sort of feel are you going for?
The animation style of Animals stems from my animating style from the web series, which was done solely in Final Cut, of just PNGs layered on top of Photoshop files that I've made. All this real sort of almost like the hand-drawn way of animating, but completely digital. I had a little Cintiq tablet that I would do there that I would draw in Illustrator and just really stop motion the characters throughout the scene. And we liked that. And the first 2 episodes of our show, of our HBO show, season 1, are still animated in Final Cut and everything. I did it. It took forever, but it looks great. Because because I did it.
And it gives the stilted way of the animation.
Yeah.
That's the audio front and center.
Yeah.
And you get to focus more on like the aesthetic, which Phil established early on, which has just always been so cool to me, is just the texture of everything. And I think in some cartoons, is we sort of come to like learn the more we got into it, is you kind of need to go, especially with character design, you need to go pretty basic. You need to have like the defined lines and the certain colors and no wrinkles or textures to things for the most part. And our show is kind of the opposite, where the characters have a ton of texture and attention paid to how they look, but the actual movements are pretty basic and quick.
Right.
So I think as the show's gone on, especially in the second season, the animation specifically style kind of has found its groove a little bit in a fun way.
And I think there was a point when we expanded after getting picked up, where we could have turned up the volume on the animation and everything, and it was just like what Mike said about when the mouths don't move, you have to listen more and you have to pay attention to who's talking more, and that just seemed really cool and important, and the audio's actually pretty nuanced, given that it's improvisation. It's got a lot of stutters and it's really rich and it feels like a really organic conversation between people. So we wanted that just to not to have someone's phonemes like fucking clouding up the whole sensory input for what's happening, and it just ended up being more stilted constantly. We're almost at the end of season 2. I'm telling these fucking people, stop animating so much. You looks like shit, and it's not my show. I'm getting upset here because it's been 2 years of me telling people to do less work, but I still gotta pay them to do all the fucking work. I can't take that animation and put it somewhere else.
But it's a tough love thing.
It's a tough love thing, but Jesus, why do they hate me? What did I do? I'm just trying to have fun. I'm trying to tell us some stories, some rats and shit. Everyone wants to move the eyebrows with the pupils when they blink, and you don't do that. Look at me when I'm blinking. Am I doing that every time? No. I'm just blinking my eyes. But in cartoons, I go very blink. It's CalArts. It's not good for anybody. It's a poison. CalArts is poison.
And why do the human characters on the show only ever grunt?
Landing on that just was like, of course, because it's just like a good joke, really. But again, we didn't want to crowd the plate too much with the stories that are happening. Already we have an A story of the hero animal for the episode. Then most episodes have 2 sketches, so we're dealing with 3 different stories more or less. We wanted that story to just be the simple, the real simple physical interactions. It's purposely, he's the mayor, the mayor's name is the mayor, the reporter's name is the reporter, the undercover cop's the undercover cop. It's so funny how all of season 1 names and stuff just went out my head. I couldn't remember. Undercover cop? Goon? Undercover Goon?
I don't think we would call
Goon 2?
I think it was Undercover Cop, if I'm remembering correctly.
We love our show.
We're in season 2.
I could get into the nitty gritty of season 2.
Yeah. Just to quickly go back to your Starburns thing.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Starburns.
Starburns we were looking for the perfect place to make the show, because again we made the first 2 just by ourselves, and we were trying to find the perfect fit. And when we met with them and found them, it was just like finding soulmate in show making. They understood the show and were the perfect size for us, and really helped us kind of bring people aboard and have grown with us. And they all have years of experience on The Simpsons and King of the Hill, which we love, and all these great shows. So it was just like a total perfect fit for us.
They're so cool. It's not a factory. It's just like they make really cool curated stuff.
They love every.
I wasn't choking up. I was just choking.
All right, and how did you manage to nab so many notable guest voices for season 1?
It's a mixture of Mark and Jay Duplass, who just know a lot of people in Hollywood from doing this forever. So they'll reach out to people directly if need be, or agents and managers on our end reaching out to people, and it's, you know,
the casting person too, Nicole, helps us facilitate all that.
Yeah, our producer Jen's a badass who helps us do everything, and it's just, you know, we're an HBO show, so that's super cool. It's VO, so that's super easy, and they don't have to put on makeup or anything like that. They can just come chill.
Yeah.
We're super chill. We give them bananas. We give them iced coffee. We give them sometimes baby carrots. That's a pretty good day for me.
Sounds like animal food.
Yeah.
Also, I think too.
That's true. It does sound like animal food, except for the iced coffee.
Right.
So, you know, there's a whole stable of actors too that are like, you know, primarily voice actors, and we've had a handful of people like that come in for certain parts, and you can just tell immediately they're so great, and immediately create a really immersive, full character that sounds so good. But for us, I think part of the fun is getting people that you wouldn't normally see in an animated show, and I think reaching out to some of these people, will just think of it and go, would they do this? Like, let's ask, let's see. And sometimes the dots connect in such a way where it's Jessica Chastain, and suddenly we hear, yeah, she wants to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Like, so I think a lot of the time is we just ask, we just think of people that aren't maybe normally thought of to do a voice. That I think is what's fun for us, is this
shooting in the dark.
Yeah,
you know,
just seeing people, bringing people into the fold who maybe wouldn't normally be doing a voice.
And if you can tell us what guest voices you have for next season, who are some notable ones?
We can say, you know, we've slipped some people. You've been catching my little Twitter feed. Whoopi Goldberg, we posted something. Jason Alexander is giving us a voice. Our first episode, Ice-T did a rap at the end of the episode. That's sort of like a recap rap for the episode you just watched, and also the season ahead, which is so amazing.
A lot of
really incredible
music people.
Really good music.
Some just doing voices and some making original songs for the show that we animate, which are really fun. We have some people we have a couple of like directors that are really cool that aren't typically actors that will be exciting.
Music people who aren't typically actors doing music stuff that's not music, just being voice actors. We have a lot of stuff. I mean, it's kind of we could blow your fucking mind with everyone we've gotten, but we can't say it because they want to properly dole it out.
I think hopefully the fun of watching the season, especially this season, is something we really leaned into, where I think we realized how long it takes to make an episode of an animated show, and we realized that like something we wanted to do with having 10 episodes, a slate of 10 episodes, to make each one just like the coolest grab bag of stuff every week to week. So I think part of what we're trying to do this season is have it be an exciting thing where every time you turn it on, it's just like you don't know where the episode's gonna go, and it's just filled with voices where you're like, is that person, you know? And it'll be hopefully a fun experience watching the episodes.
What else that you haven't mentioned already can you tell us about season 2?
I just want everyone to know that our show is coming out, because we constantly get like, is there a season 2? And there is. We work on it every day. We've basically been working on it every day since season 1 was airing. It takes a while to do these things. You have to draw everything. You know, like a fork. There's no cartoon forks you can just rent. You have to fucking draw the fork. And then you have to go to clean line with the fork. And then you have to fucking color the fork. And then the fork has to be animated. And then after it's animated, it's got to be final animation. And then after that, it's got to be composited and then lit and then edited. And then it's got to be color corrected. And that's just for a fork. Think about all the other stuff in that world, you know? So it takes a while to do. Mike and I are working on our show every single day. I think season 2 is a very exciting season. 10 very distinct episodes. We've got a new human storyline. The rats are back, baby. The pigeons are back. The squirrels are back, baby. People loved them squirrels last year. Them squirrels is back. That was cute. What else? It's just, we're really excited. We're really proud of it. You know, we didn't, especially given the fact that we had the first season. What Mike said before, we realized how long it took. There was no way we could mail in any episode and just feel half-assed about it. Every episode, we took a big swing, for better or for worse. We don't know if you guys are going to like it, but for me and Mike, we're proud of the choices we made. We made big choices this season. Shit, we went with it, for better or for worse, and that's what we're excited about. We don't know when it's going to come out. Early 2017. I wish I had more information. I hate being vague, and I hate a dangling carrot, but damn it.
Late February.
Late February, probably. That's what we were thinking, something like that. But really cool guest stars. Everything you liked about season 1. Fucking turn the volume up to 2.
Yeah, so I hope people like it. It's been fun seeing people find it after it's been on TV because of HBO Go and everything. So I think we're excited to have to go into the season with people who've seen the first season, and we have a hopefully growing group of people that are really enthusiastic about the show, and that gets us really psyched. And I think for those people and hopefully new ones, the second season is going to be really cool. So it'll be fun.
All right, thank you, Phil and Mike, for talking with us today, and thank you for watching.